Today we're gonna be making Brussels sprouts. Growing up, I hated Brussels sprouts. They were often served just boiled, and the flavor tasted a lot like the smell of a foot. But trust me, if you make them the way that I do today, it's gonna change your life. And if you don't like these by the end of this video, I don't like you. All we're gonna need is some Brussels sprouts, a lemon, some thick chunks of bacon or pancetta, olive oil, and some garlic. These Brussels sprouts seem to have been generously trimmed already, so I'm gonna be very, very gentle on how little I take off the end. You see, a lot of people make the mistake of cutting too much off the tip so that you end up losing a lot of these leaves surrounding the outside. And this is bound to happen. Keep it along with the rest of them because this is gonna become like a little crispy chip or crisp. Now, Brussels sprouts are a superfood. I did some research into them and it turns out that they are jam-packed with antioxidants. Actually a great source of protein if you're a vegan or a vegetarian. If you have some leaves that maybe don't look as good as the other ones, just peel them right off. Like a little face sucker. All right, so I have a pot of boiling water behind me with a little bit of salt in it that I'm just gonna take these over to and plunge them in there for 2 minutes, just to blanch them. Okay, I know that these look like the ingredients to your childhood nightmares, but trust me, this is just the first step towards making wonderful Brussels sprouts that are really gonna knock your stinky socks off. So now that we have our blanched Brussels sprouts, we're gonna add our olive oil, a little bit of salt, and a little bit of pepper. While these have been blanching, I've had a cookie sheet in the oven at 250 degrees Celsius just heating up so that the bottoms of the Brussels sprouts will caramelize so much quicker than if you were to just put them on a cold pan and put it into the oven. Now, I'm making this ahead of Christmas. I typically do make it every Christmas, but with Burns Night and Hogmanay coming up, this would be the perfect accompaniment for the traditional meals like haggis, even Balmoral chicken. If you haven't checked out our Balmoral chicken episode, I'll leave a link below. The next thing I'm going to do is take our bacon. I'm just gonna sprinkle that over. And now the fat from the bacon is going to render and these Brussels sprouts are gonna end up absorbing it. And it just, it is ridiculous how different these are than the boiled ones that you remember probably from when you were growing up. No offense if you like them. All right, so earlier I took a whole bulb of garlic, broke it up, and I've just taken out all of the bulbs, peeled them, and just given them a good whap with my knife. And believe it or not, you're just gonna take the whole thing and just plop them down here and there. They're going to caramelize and they're gonna come out like this delicious roasted garlic candy. It's so good. Now, I have my oven preheated to 200 degrees Celsius or 400 degrees Fahrenheit, and these just go in for 25 minutes. Did you know that in the 1990s, Dutch scientists, through selective breeding, were able to get rid of the bitterness in Brussels sprouts? So the Brussels sprouts that you remember as a child may taste different today, especially when you cook them surrounded in sizzling bacon. You can see when you flip them over that they have this amazing caramelized bottom that is crisp, a little bit sweet, and very salty thanks to the bacon. Completely different than the boiled Brussels sprouts you grew up on. It smells delicious. And this is what totally elevates the dish, is we're just gonna get a lemon and we're just gonna zest it a little bit over the top for a little bit of an acidic kick. And there you have it, Brussels sprouts. Great for Christmas time or anytime. Thank you.